All right, boys and girls, we are ready to rock and roll. Pistons taking on the Washington Wizards. March 19th, 2026. Alex Sarr step back. J4. The miss is off the mark, boarded by Duncan Robinson off to Asar Thompson in transition. Asar loses it out of bounds. It's going to be Wizards basketball. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Welcome to the party, folks. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Wizards have it at the top of the key, working against Dance Jenkins. Asar Thompson looking to fight off the Wizards on the left side here. Duran goes to close out Sarr. Turnaround shot for the Wizards is off the mark, boarded by Duncan Robinson. Robinson up to Dance Jenkins at the top of the key here, working against the Washington Wizards. Finds Tobias Harris down low, looking to post up here. Tobias turnaround shot is good for Tobias, and we got our first basket on the board. What's going on, Leonard? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Wizards get it back here, back the other way, working against Jalen Duran. Wizards looking to penetrate down inside the paint here the other way here. Sarr loses it out of bounds. Going to be last touched by the Wizards. Pistons basketball back the other way here. Appreciate you guys all stopping in, like and subscribe. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome to the party, folks. Dance Jenkins at the top of the key finds Jalen Duran looking to push it in transition against Alex Sarr. Duran nearly lost it, gets it back though, puts up a shot. He gets fouled, and Jalen Duran's going to go to the free throw line. So no Anthony Davis, no Trae Young. So Wizards are pretty banged up on their health. So for the Wizards, they're starting Sarr, Cooper, Carrington, Riley, and Johnson. Pistons are going with Tobias, Duncan, Duran, Asar, and Dennis Jenkins. Duran hits the first free throw. Obviously, major news today, no Cade Cunningham. He's going to be probably sidelined the remainder of the 2025-26 season with a lung collapse injury that he suffered against the Washington Wizards a couple days ago. So get better, Cade. We're going to have to rely on guys like Marcus Sasser and Dennis Jenkins to take control of the backcourt here. Duran knocks down both free throws. 4-0 basketball game. Pistons working against the Wizards at the top of the key here. You got Sarr, Cooper, Carrington, Riley, and Johnson. Wizards have it in transition here. Pulled up a shot, off the mark, no good. Boarded by Asar Thompson. Asar working to cross half court here against the Washington Wizards at the top of the key, looking to set up the offense here. Backdoor find to Tobias Harris, kicks it off to Dennis Jenkins for three. He knocks it down. 7-0 lead for the Detroit Pistons. 10 minutes left to play in the first quarter here. Wizards have it on the right side here. Wizards kick it across here to Cooper. Cooper has it, finds Sarr down low against Tobias Harris. Sarr has it inside the paint, kicks it back out to his teammate at the top of the key, working against Duncan Robinson. Backdoor find to Sarr, blocked by Asar Thompson. Tobias Harris comes up with it, finds JD inside here. Duran goes all the way to the paint, lays it. Ooh, nearly lost it. He missed the shot. It's going to be pinballed around. It's going to be out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. Wizards get it back here. Pistons 7, Washington 0. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. This is my own original live commentary, reactionary, and analysis to today's NBA basketball game. We're going to see if the Detroit Pistons can hold on to the number 1 seed without their superstar, Cade Cunningham. Get better, Cade. That was a devastating injury that I just woke up to that news. They originally said it was back spasms. That's why he exited the game on Tuesday, and then it found out it was more serious than that. So Cade, hopefully he can get better in time for the playoffs here. Wizards take it all the way to the rim. Shot is off the mark, boarded by Tobias Harris. Up to Dennis Jenkins in transition. Jenkins has it, kicks it back out here to Duncan Robinson. Thinks about a three, dishes it off to Asar Thompson. Asar goes to the paint. Layup is off the mark, boarded by the Washington Wizards. Wizards have it in transition, working against Tobias Harris. Kick it out to Sarr. Back outside here for Johnson. He tries a three. That's off the mark, boarded by Jalen Duran. Jenkins has it, top of the key here in transition. They're going to call a foul away from the basketball on the Pistons. It's going to be an offensive foul called on Tobias Harris. It's going to be Wizards basketball back the other way. What's going on? 1 point. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, there's really no timetable to return. It's kind of a complicated injury. It all depends on the rehab process. CJ McCollum was the last guy to go through it, and he got back. I think he missed like a month and a half before he got back, so we shall see. Washington's knocked down the jump shot. Carrington knocks it down. 7-2 basketball game. 8:42 left to play in the first quarter here. Dance Jenkins at the top of the key, working against Carrington, drives to the rim, blocked by Sarr. Duren gets it back underneath here, out to Tobias Harris, kicks it across to Duncan Robinson for three. He knocks it down. Duncan Robinson for three from the left wing, 10-2 basketball game. What's going on, SGA? Yeah, we can possibly work on a short together or something, dude. Looking forward to the game. 8:15 left to play in the first quarter here. Kicks it back out to Carrington on the right wing here, guarded by Dance Jenkins at the top of the key. Pull-up jump shot is good for Carrington, 10-4 basketball game. 8:04 left to play in the first quarter. Dance Jenkins has it on the left wing here, kicks it across to Duren. Duren looking to set up the offense here, finds Duncan Robinson, rolls off to his right at the top of the key against Carrington. Off to Jalen Duren. Duren working against Sarr. They're going to call a foul against Sarr. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds. What's going on? Sam, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is a rough day in the world of the Detroit Pistons basketball. Hopefully, Cade can get back as soon as possible. His health is obviously number one priority of this team and with everybody's situation as well. So hopefully we can get Cade back in time for the postseason, middle of April. Dance Jenkins on the right wing here, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Tobias Harris. Tobias finds Duncan Robinson from the corner for three. Duncan Robinson knocks it down. Pistons 13, Wizards 4. We're going to go to a commercial break. Appreciate you guys all stopping in on the live stream tonight, man. Wizards take their first timeout of the show. Pistons 13, Wizards 4. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic night. Welcome to the party, guys. Hopefully you guys are all doing terrific. And Pistons take a 9-point lead here, halfway through the first quarter. Again, the Wizards without Anthony Davis or Trae Young in this basketball game, so we're going to see what they can do down the stretch. We'll be back from commercial break. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat. I will see you guys after the commercial break. Yeah, so it sucks. Cade Cunningham, he's obviously the star of our team, he's the leader of our team, and, I woke up this morning, I was getting ready for March Madness selection. Sunday was a couple days ago, first round is starting, and it's going to be a good day, and then I find the notification on my phone that Cade Cunningham has a collapsed lung, which is no joke, and it's a very complicated injury. There was a tweet that came out today that was reported by Underdog, that the Pistons do expect him to be back in time for the postseason. But again, it's still up for grabs, really. It all depends on the rehab process, how fast he can get back on the court. But if I had to guess, they're probably going to shut him down for the remainder of the regular season. Let me actually see how many games are left that the Pistons have before the playoffs here. So they have the Wizards right now. They got a back-to-back tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they have 13 regular season games left. And the final regular season game is April 12th. So that's about just under a month away. And then you got the play-in tournament that happens. And depending on if the Pistons hold on to the number one seed or if they drop to the 2 seed, we're going to see what the status of that is by the time the playoffs start to see who our opponent is. And honestly, depending on his health, he might be out the first couple games of the first playoff series. So this is a time where Dance Jenkins and Marcus Sasser are going to be absolutely critical for the Pistons for the next couple weeks here. They got to start getting some quality shots off. Jenkins just signed a 2-year contract. He's been struggling a bit, but going to have to really have him step in as our lead point guard while Cade is on the bench here. Marcus Sasser hopefully can rise to the occasion. And, again, scary situation, but definitely hopefully Cade can get back as soon as possible and wish him the best of health. We're back from commercial break. Appreciate you guys all stopping in. Welcome to the show, folks. Michigan's also currently playing in the NCAA tournament against Howard. Sparty took down North Dakota State earlier. Wizards put up a mid-range jump shot, knock it down. 13-6 basketball game, 7:20 left to play into the first quarter. Wizards on the floor have Riley, Johnson, Carrington, Cooper, Sarr. Pistons have Jenkins, Thompson, Duren, Tobias, and Duncan Robinson. Jenkins on the left wing here. Duren sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off it, goes inside the paint here. Jenkins step back jump shot is off the mark. It is boarded by the Washington Wizards. Carrington has it on the right wing here, looking to set something up here against Dance Jenkins. Kicks it back out here to Sarr. Sarr tries a three. That's off the mark, boarded by Jalen Duren. Duren off to Duncan Robinson in half-court transition here. Finds Asar Thompson, back to Duncan Robinson. Duncan drives baseline, kicks it back out to Dance Jenkins. Jenkins drives, thought about a floater, kicks it back out to Duncan for three. It's off the mark, boarded by Sarr. Here come the Washington Wizards, back the other way here. Sarr kicks it across here to Carrington at the top of the key, puts up a three over JD, knocks it down. 13-9 basketball game. Pistons take a 4-point lead. 6:20 left to play here in the first quarter. Jenkins working against the Washington Wizards defense down low here. Finds Tobias Harris looking to post up here against the Wizards. Draws the foul. And Tobias Harris is going to go to the free throw line. He draws the foul on Cooper. 6:10 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons 13, Wizards 9. Tobias is going to go to the free throw line here, where he's going to try and knock down a couple of these free throws. And again, we've played without Cade Cunningham before in the past. Cade missed a couple games earlier in the season. Pistons were able to hold down the fort, but now you're talking about the next 13-plus games he's going to miss for the Pistons. So it's obviously a huge loss. And again, Marcus Sasser, Dance Jenkins, you're going to more guard play, Karis LeVert, Javonte Green. Some of those other guys are going to have to step up for Cade while he's out with this lung injury. 6:10 left to play in the first quarter. Tobias Harris knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw on the way here for Tobias Harris is up and in. Kevin Huerter also steps on the floor here for the Pistons and checks into the game. Wizards have it top of the key here. Working to cut the deficit down to possibly a 4-point game here. It's going to be turned over, though, poked away by Jalen Duren. Duren in transition finds Tobias Harris. Tobias kicks it back out to Duncan Robinson from the corner for three. Off the mark, it is boarded by the Wizards. Jalen Duren had a career-high 36 points the other day against the Wizards, so great to see JD starting to play to his absolute A-plus game. Wizards missed the three. It's going to be boarded by Dance Jenkins. Jenkins back the other way here, drives to the paint. Right-handed layup is up and in. 17-9 basketball game. Pistons take an 8-point lead. 5:25 left to play in the first quarter. Wizards have it. Sarr at the top of the key. Finds his teammate, working against Kevin Huerter. Sarr has it, down low against JD. Sarr, turnaround shot for Alex Sarr is off the mark, boarded by Dance Jenkins. Jenkins has it in transition here, crosses half court against the Wizards, drives to the paint, kicks it back inside to JD. It's going to be pinballed around, last touch by the Wizards, out of bounds Pistons basketball. Pistons 17, Washington 9, couple substitutions coming into the game here for the Pistons and the Wizards. On the floor right now, you got Gill, Watkins, Johnson, Cooper, and Sarr for the Pistons. You now have Duren, Jenkins, Ron Holland, Karis LeVert, and Kevin Huerter. 5:04 left to play in the first quarter. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the action here. Kevin Huerter looking inbound here against the Washington Wizards. Out of bounds here underneath the basket. Huerter looking for the open man, finds Ron Holland. Holland finds Karis LeVert at the top of the key. LeVert looking to set up the offense. Finds JD working against Sarr. Off to Dance Jenkins. Jenkins drives to the paint. Inside here. Shot is blocked by Sarr. It's going to be Pistons basketball out of bounds with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Pistons 17, Wizards 9. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the show. What's going on, Wesley? How you doing? What's going on, Marvin? Welcome to the party, guys. Huerter looking inbound this pass here. Got to get it in before the 5 seconds expires. Duren gets it inside here. Duren puts up a shot. It's going to be fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. They're going to call a blocking foul on Sarr, and Duren's going to shoot some free throws. On the floor for the Wizards, you got Sarr, Cooper, Johnson, Gill, and Watkins. Pistons have Huerter, LeVert, Holland, Jenkins, and Jalen Duren. JD at the free throw line. Misses the first free throw. So still an 8-point game. 4:50 left to play here in the first quarter. JB Bickerstaff's going to have to get extremely creative without our franchise point guard for the remainder of the regular season. Jalen Duren, back at the free throw line, second free throw on the way, is up and in. Pistons 18, Washington Wizards 9, 4:50 left to play in the first quarter here. Wizards have it, top of the key, working against Dance Jenkins. Wizards looking to get it in here to Sarr. Sarr at the top of the key against Jalen Duren. Sarr step back three for Alex Sarr is off the mark. Ball escapes out of bounds. It's going to be last touch by the Wizards. Pistons get it back here. Gale tried to retrieve it for the Wizards, but it was out of bounds. 4:30 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons 18, Washington 9. Hardy has checked into the game here for the Wizards as Sarr goes to the bench. 4:29 left to play in the first quarter. Dance Jenkins at the top of the key here, working against Washington. Jenkins drives inside here. Ron Holland has a down screen, kicks it back out to Kevin Huerter. Off to Karis LeVert. LeVert on the left wing here. JD sets the screen. LeVert kicks it back inside here to Ron Holland for the nice, easy layup. 20-9 basketball game. Wizards get it back the other way here. Carrington has it, top of the key here, working against Ron Holland. Watkins looking to set the screen here. Kicks it back off to Vukovic. Vukovic has it. They're going to call a offensive foul against the Wizards. It looked like it was a moving screen called against Kevin Huerter on the right wing. So it's going to be Pistons basketball with a turnover here. Pistons 20, Wizards 9. Marcus Sasser is checking into the game here for the Detroit Pistons. About 3:55 left to play here in the first quarter. Pistons out-rebounding the Wizards in the first quarter, 11-4. Holland inbounds the pass here to Marcus Sasser at the top of the key here. Sasser working against Carrington at the top of the key. Off to Karis LeVert. JD sets the screen. LeVert drives inside here, finds JD. Backdoor for the slam. Beautiful connection right there. JD throws it down. 22-9 basketball game. 3:30 left to play in the first quarter. Wizards have it at the top of the key, looking to set something up here down the stretch. Kick it back outside here to Gill. He tries a three. It's off the mark, boarded by Duren. LeVert looking to push it in transition here against the Washington Wizards. Off to Marcus Sasser. Sasser thought about a three, kicks it back inside to JD. JD puts it up and in. 24-9 Pistons take a 15-point lead. Wizards are going to take another timeout as we head to a commercial break. The over is cooked. The Wizards can't even score. Oh, for the first quarter. Yeah, they had a good time. 24-9 basketball game. Pistons up by 15 as we're going to yet another commercial break. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms, let me know in the chat here, guys, and we will be chilling until we get back from the commercial break. Going to be really interesting. 13 games left for the Pistons. They currently hold, I think, a 3-game lead, 3.5-game lead as the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. You got the Celtics, the Knicks, the Cavs on the Pistons trail. So, again, if the Pistons are able to hold on to this without their superstar, it's going to say a lot about this Pistons team. This is like the absolute slap in the face, the worst time possible that you could have your star player go down. And again, it all comes through strength in numbers. That was kind of the Warriors' big deal, that they kind of live by that mantra where, yeah, they had prime Steph, Clay, and Draymond all together, but they had a lot of depth off the bench as well. That it's not just one guy on this team, it's a collective unit. So, again, JD's going to have to play at an all-star caliber level. We're going to have to get him more looks. He's probably going to be our number 1 option down low, along with Tobias Harris. I'm looking to see Kevin Huerter possibly get a ton more minutes in this rotation, though. So we'll see how this team adapts without Cade on the floor. Yes, Cade is out for the remainder of the regular season. It was just announced this morning that he's going to be out for the remainder of the season with a collapsed lung. So hopefully Cade gets back and healthy. It looked like, he suffered it against the Wizards on Tuesday, where he kind of took an awkward fall and he landed on his chest. And they said it was back spasm. They took him out of the game. And it turned out, unfortunately, it was more serious than that. And he's going to be out for a bit. Again, collapsed lung, it's kind of a rare injury. There's only been a handful of guys that have ever gotten that. So the timetable for the return it's all up for speculation. Pistons, by the way, are on a 24-9 run. Excuse me, 11-0 run. They're up 24-9. Getting back from commercial break here, guys. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Again, Pistons bench is going to have to get a lot more creative, and we're going to see if guys like Jenkins, LeVert, Sasser, Javonte Green can step up and rise to the occasion here down the stretch. Hardy, Watkins, Vukovic, Gill, and Riley on the floor for the Wizards. Hardy has it at the top of the key here, working against Kevin Huerter. B-ball, Paul Reed checks into the game here. For the Pistons, shot is off the mark, boarded by the Pistons. Kevin Huerter looking to drive inside here. Left-handed layup is off the mark. Kevin Huerter goes down. He gets fouled, though, and Kevin Huerter is going to go to the free throw line. 24-9 basketball game. 2:51 left to play into the first quarter. Huerter's going to go to the free throw line and try and knock down these free throws. Again, the Pistons have a back-to-back tomorrow night against the Washington Wizards. I'm sorry. They have 2 games in a row against the Washington Wizards. They beat them on Tuesday. They got them again tonight, and then they got the Warriors tomorrow. Kevin Huerter at the free throw line. First free throw on the way is up and in. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Pistons 25, Wizards 9, Pistons up by 16. Kevin Huerter at the free throw line. Free throw is on the way. It is up and in. Knocks down both free throws. Wizards get it back here, down 17 in the first quarter. Wizards have it at the top of the key here. Watkins looking to set something up here for the Washington Wizards. Off to Vukovic at the top of the key here. Switches back off here to Hardy. Hardy drives inside here. Shot is going to be stolen away, basically, by the Pistons. It was knocked out of bounds, last touch by the Wizards. Pistons get it back. Need everyone to step up 100%, Wesley. Sasser has it for the Pistons, kicks it off to LeVert. Paul Reed sets the screen. LeVert rolls off of it, kicks it back out to Marcus Sasser. He tries a 3 at the top of the key. That's off the mark, no good. Boarded by the Wizards. Riley has it for the Washington Wizards at the top of the key against Ron Holland. It's going to be a foul called against Ron Holland, trying to guard Riley at the top of the key. Pistons are shooting 50% from the three-point line so far in the first quarter. 2:13 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons have a 17-point lead here. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. It's free. It also helps me out a ton. Like I said, Pistons have the Golden State Warriors tomorrow, who, again, they're without a lot of key players in that one. No Steph Curry tomorrow night for the Wizards, or for the, I keep saying the Wizards, the Warriors, and then they got a couple days off where they take on LeBron and the Lakers on Monday. Wizards knock down a deep 3. Riley knocks it in. 26-12 basketball game. 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Kicks it back off to Kevin Huerter. Huerter looking to set up the offense here. Off to Caris LeVert. LeVert drives inside, kicks it back out to Red Velvet for 3. In and out, no good. It's going to be rebounded by the Wizards. Now they're going to say it was last touched by Washington. It was kind of a weird bounce, and the Wizards went to dive for it out of bounds. And it's going to be last touch by Washington. Pistons get it back. 1:45 left to play in the first quarter. Pistons 26, Washington 12. Caris LeVert on the out of bounds. Looking to get on the board here for the Pistons in this game. Sasser has it on the left wing, working against the Wizards defense. Drives to his right. Backdoor find to Kevin LeVert for the reverse layup is up and in. Nice backdoor cut from Kevin Huerter. 28-12 basketball game. Washington Wizards have it at the top of the key here. Vukovic tries to find Riley inside here. Riley is fouled underneath, and Riley's going to go to the free throw line. They're going to call a foul on Marcus Sasser. So Riley at the free throw line misses the first free throw. Looking to give the Wizards something to cheer about. It hasn't really been too much to cheer about for Washington in the first quarter so far. It's been all Detroit. Riley's back at the free throw line. Second free throw for Riley is up and in. Knocks down the second free throw. Pistons 28, Washington 13 with about 1:30 left to play in the first quarter. Kevin Huerter inbounds the pass here to Marcus Sasser. Sasser crosses half court looking to direct traffic. Sasser off to Ron Holland at the top of the key. Working against the Wizards defense. Holland layup is no good. Wizards get it back here. Offside here to Wizards for three from the right wing. It is off the mark, boarded by Caris LeVert. LeVert has it in transition across his half court. LeVert has it. Working to set up the offense. Paul Reed sets the screen. LeVert draws the foul. Count the bucket and the foul for three. Caris LeVert knocks down a huge triple beyond the arc. He's going to go to the free throw line, try and make it a 4-point play. Caris LeVert was coming off the screen from Paul Reed, and it looks like the Wizards just were unable to close that one out there. Gale tried to close out, and LeVert draws the foul, so he's going to go to the free throw line and try and knock down the 4-point play. 31-13 basketball game. LeVert free throw on the way is off the mark. It's going to be out of bounds. Wizards basketball back the other way. Again, Pistons shooting 50% from the three-point line in the first quarter. Good stuff all around. Riley has it for Washington at the top of the key, working against Caris LeVert. Off to Vukovic. Vukovic looking to direct traffic here. Backdoor fine here for the Wizards. Going to be nearly blocked by Caris LeVert. Now they're going to call a late foul on LeVert. He's going to go to the free throw line, where the Wizards are going to shoot some free throws. Watkins is going to have it. He knocks down the first free throw. 31-14 basketball game. Pistons up by 17 over Washington. Again, it's kind of a rare situation where you have one team playing twice in 2 days, both on the road. So you don't really see that too often. You get road trips, but usually you get different teams alternating for different games for different opponents. So Pistons kind of know what the Wizards offense is about because they took them down on Tuesday night. So we're going to see if they can hold this lead here. 31-14 basketball game. Wizards missed the second free throw. It's going to be Pistons basketball back underneath here. 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the action. It looked like it was kind of an awkward bounce off the first free throw attempt, and it looked like they're going to call offensive goaltending on the Wizards there. It looked like he grabbed the net by the time the ball fell through. Ron Holland inbounds here to Caris LeVert. LeVert has it, working against Watkins at the top of the key here. LeVert looking to set up the offense. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. LeVert catches it at the top of the key. Off to Caris LeVert. LeVert drives backdoor. Find to Paul Reed for the slam. 33-14 basketball game. Lakers and Rockets, they play back-to-back in Houston. Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. But it's interesting that they put that on the schedule that way. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wizards have it, top of the key here. Riley has it against Paul Reed. Riley drives to the paint, kicks it back out to his teammate from the corner for three. That's off the mark. Pistons trying to grab the rebound. Now they do. Upside here to Kevin Huerter for the slam. Kevin Huerter throws it down for the Pistons. 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Riley puts up a three at the buzzer. It's off the mark, and the Pistons take a 21-point lead going into the second quarter as we go to yet another commercial break. Pistons are on cruise control against the Wizards in this one. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic night. Like and subscribe. It's free. It helps me out. Michigan is up 5 over Howard right now. You see that crazy Duke game? Duke almost lost today. Siena was up like 13 over Duke, and then they collapsed in the second half, and Duke won the game. What's up, Mark? Big B-ball Paul Reed. In a commercial break, guys, second quarter. Pistons, again, shooting great from beyond the three-point line right now. 50% as a team, which is fantastic. Going to have to rely on our shooting guards here, guys, because, again, in case you guys haven't seen it or heard the news, Cade Cunningham is likely out for the regular season. There's no foreseeable timetable for him to return, but a lot of people are saying it's going to be out for the regular season, which is another 13 games he's going to miss, which sucks, too, because he was 4 more games eligible away from qualifying for awards, but because the NBA has that stupid rule where you have to play the majority of the season. Cade cannot qualify for awards now, which is unfortunate, but Cade's obviously, his health is number one priority. What's going on, Thomas? Cade, get well soon. Rest of the team, please step up for sure. Yeah, again, Red Velvet, though, Marcus Sasser, Javonte Green, a lot of these other guys are going to have to step up big for the Pistons. Gonna love Kevin. He's going to average like 9 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists with K gone. Which, honestly, like, I would take that. You know, for a guy that comes off the bench, you know, Duncan Robinson's your starting shooting guard. But if he can average 10 points off the bench, I would be more than happy with that. So, Kevin Huerter, again, you know, he's been a seasoned veteran on a lot of different teams throughout his career. Played time with the Kings, the Hawks, works his way to the Bulls, ends up on the Pistons. He's a guy that can help us out. So, see what happens with Jaden Ivey. Wish him the best as well. Again, injuries suck in the NBA. You don't really want to wish anybody injury. It's not good for the game. It's bad mojo and bad, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I guess karma, I guess you could say. So, yeah, especially, I can't stand the fans that are like, oh, well, I hope he goes down. It's like, do you really want to win that way? It's like, come on, dude. Karis LeVert at the top of the key here to start the second quarter. Back from commercial break at the top of the key. Karis LeVert has it, kicks it back inside here to Paul Reed. Thought about a mid-range jump shot. Back outside to LeVert from the corner for 3. LeVert knocks it down. Karis LeVert having himself a pretty solid first half here. 38-14 basketball game. Pistons up by 24 over the Washington Wizards. Wizards have it, top of the key here. Looking to set something up in transition. Cooper finds Vucevic inside here. He's going to get fouled underneath by Paul Reed, and Vucevic is going to go to the free throw line. Ron Holland gets called for the foul. Pistons were on a 10-0 run just now. Wizards knocked down the first free throw. Opening day starts next week for the Detroit Tigers, so definitely looking forward to that as well. Turn up the brightness a little bit here. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. 38-14 basketball game. Wizards missed the second free throw. So it's 38-15 here. Pistons take a 23-point lead here. Working down the stretch. It's good to see, though. Again, you know, you obviously don't want anybody to get injured, but again, it's a huge opportunity for guys off the bench to step up and produce to help this team win basketball games down the stretch for the next 13 games before the playoffs start. And hopefully, Cade can be healthy enough to get back by then. But if he's not, like I said, next man up. Paul Reed puts it up and in down low here, 40-15 basketball game. 10:55 left to play in the first half here. Wizards have 0 points in the paint in the first half here. Ron Holland nearly stripped it away. Vucevic comes back up with it. Layup is up and in. 40-17 basketball game. Pistons take a 23-point lead. LeVert drives inside here. LeVert has to kick it back out before stepping out of bounds. Ron Holland catches it. Holland drives inside at Vucevic. He gets swarmed by a bunch of Wizards underneath here. LeVert tried to come up with a backdoor steal. It's going to be Wizards basketball, though, coming across half court here. Wizards have it. Vucevic at the top of the key. Mid-range jump shot is up and in. 40-19 basketball game. Pistons take a 21-point lead. 10-10 left to play in the second quarter. Marcus Sasser has it on the right wing here, working against the Washington defense. Off to Paul Reed. Paul Reed has it, working to operate down low. Back outside to Marcus Sasser. Sasser has a step back J from Marcus Sasser is pure. 42-19 basketball game. What's going on, Commander Fox? How you doing? 9:50 left to play in the first half here. Wizards have it, top of the key here, working against Karis LeVert. Kick it back out to Vucevic. Vucevic drives inside against Paul Reed. Floater is up and in. 42-21 basketball game. 9:35 left to play in the first half. Marcus Sasser drives across half court. Kick it back out, Javonte Green. They're going to call a foul, though, before the shot on the Wizards. 9:30 left to play in the first half here. We're going to call a foul on Watkins underneath. LeVert looking inbound here for the Pistons. Has it. Gets it back here. Thought about a three. It's going to be stolen away by the Wizards. Wizards in transition go up for the nice slam down low. 42-23 basketball game. 9:20 left to play in the first half. LeVert kicks it back off to Javonte Green. He tries a three. That's off the mark. And it's going to be a turnover. Ball went over the backboards. It's going to be Wizards basketball. Need to see what the bench can do, for sure. 13 games give you time to figure out your rotation when Cade isn't on the floor, and come playoff time, 100% for sure. 9:05 left to play in the first half here. Wizards have it. Kick it back outside here. From the corner for three, left wide open. Knocks it down. Big time shot there for the Wizards. That is Hardy who knocked down that three. 9:01 left to play in the second quarter here. A little bit of drama going on the floor. Pistons and the Wizards, a little bit of drama. They have to separate these guys a little bit here. Maybe something was said that Javonte Green didn't really take kindly to. Nothing really is escalating further in the situation. So they're going to get back in the swing of things here. I think it was Ron Holland that got frustrated. Holland was going at one of the Wizards down low here. Let's see what happened here. It looked like Holland kind of got bumped down low there, and he was kind of going after Vukovic, actually. Vukovic and him were kind of exchanging words right there, and they're going to see if they award any technical fouls here. So it looked like Ron Holland went down off a hard screen there from Vukovic, and he had another couple words there. Then Paul Reed threw him down. So this is interesting. Holland went down off a tough screen. Paul Reed was defending. And then after the shot was made, Paul Reed pushed Vukovic to the ground. So they're going to take another review at this to see where the technical fouls are going to be assessed. Kind of an interesting situation that just happened there. Again, there's not really any need for this. The Pistons, again, the last thing you want to have happen is more drama off the bench, especially getting in altercations with opposing players. And you're supposed to come through together as a team right now, and the last thing you want is to get yourself in technical foul trouble, because it not only affects yourself, but it affects the team and the momentum going forward. Yeah, so Holland went down for a hard screen. Vukovic got shoved by Paul Reed to the ground. It was kind of a flop. I mean, Paul Reed kind of, I don't want to say like he punched him, but it looked like he kind of aggressively, playfully shoved him away because he didn't appreciate that from what Holland was going down there. And he kind of did a good job selling it. So they're going to see what the foul is here. There's a stoppage in play right now. Probably Paul Reed's going to get a technical foul. I'm hoping he stays in the game here. There's probably maybe a 5% chance he gets ejected. I mean, Vukovic went down off the shove, but I don't think it's enough to fully say it qualifies for an ejection per se. It was kind of like a playful shove, like get out of the way, and then he went down pretty hard. And then Paul Reed and Vukovic were having words at each other there. So I don't think it's going to be anything serious. They're still taking a look at this to review what happened, basically. But this is not the first time that the refs have had to stop the Pistons from getting in altercations this season so far. So they definitely need to keep their cool 100%. So 9:01 left to play in the first half here. Ron Holland and Paul Reed involved with a little bit of an altercation with Vukovic from the Wizards. We're going to see double technical foul on Ron Holland and Vukovic. So Paul Reed does not get called for a technical, which is kind of surprising. But Holland and Vukovic both get a double technical foul, which basically means it kind of offsets. And so the Pistons, I believe, are going to get the basketball back here. If it was only on Paul Reed, the Wizards would have gotten it back, but Paul Reed gets a flagrant 1 foul, a technical foul for him. Vukovic gets called for a foul as well from a hard screen that he set that Ron Holland fell from. So Wizards are going to shoot the free throw here. Vukovic is at the free throw line. Free throw is on the way, and it is up and in. 42-27. Pistons take A 15-point lead here. Excuse me. So the Wizards get it back. Interesting. Because it was a flagrant 1 foul on Paul Reed and just a technical foul on Vukovic, it kind of goes back to the Wizards there. So kind of a crazy turn of events. Back in action here, Vukovic at the top of the key. He puts up a 3. It rolls in. Knocks it down for Vukovic. 42-30 basketball game. So that was a 4-point play from Vukovic and kind of a 7-point possession right there from the Wizards. Because they knock down a 3, they make a free throw, and then they bury a 3. Sasser for 3 is off the mark. Vukovic looking to grab the rebound. Chased by Paul Reed. It's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, I agree. We definitely don't need that nonsense. So all of a sudden now it's a 12-point game. That was a 7-point possession that the Wizards just got because of that flagrant foul from Paul Reed. Vukovic misses the layup. It's going to be kicked around here for 3. Wizards put up a shot. They knock it down. 8:15 left to play in the first half here. Pistons 42, Wizards 33. Sasser has it at the top of the key. Stops on a dime, pulls up from 3, off the mark. Boarded by the Wizards. Washington crosses half court here. Goes to his left. Wizards drive inside here, swarmed by Duncan Robinson. Inside to Vukovic. He tries to draw the foul. He knocks it down. Tough shot for Vukovic. And all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. So in a matter of a minute and a half, you had a ginormous swing because of that flagrant foul from Paul Reed. What's up, Hal? How you doing, dude? Marcus Sasser at the top of the key here. Goes to his left, finds Paul Reed inside here. Paul Reed throws it down with the left hand. 44-35 basketball game. 7:25 left to play in the first half. Paul Reed's got 6 points, 2 assists. Wizards get it back here. Swarmed by Asar Thompson. Goes coast to coast. Inside for the nice layup for the Wizards. Hardy knocks it in. 44-37 basketball game. Asar Thompson drives inside here. Floater is in and out. Boarded by Vukovic. Up to Riley. Riley kicks it out here to his teammate. It's going to be a bad pass turnover. Javonte Green comes up with it. Javonte Green on the fast break throws it down. 46-37 basketball game. 6:55 left to play in the first half here. So I believe we got a timeout now from the Wizards. Wizards, I think, call another timeout. You think Duncan Robinson is scoring 12 points? He might. They're actually thinking about calling a technical foul here on Javonte Green, saying he hung too long on the rim, which I think is ridiculous. So they're going to a commercial break. There's a stoppage in play. The ref is now saying that Javonte Green unnecessarily was holding onto the rim too long when he was dunking that basketball. So a lot of crazy, interesting things just happened in the world of this basketball game. What's up, Colin? How you doing? Duran is currently on the bench right now. Having himself a decent first half. 6:56 left to play in the first half here. Pistons 46, Wizards 37. Big news, obviously, in the world of Detroit Pistons basketball. Cade Cunningham is going to be sidelined for the remainder of the regular season with a collapsed lung that he suffered against the Wizards on Tuesday night. So prayers up to Cade Cunningham. Hopefully he can have a speedy recovery. And we shall see if the Pistons can get it together here. 46-37 basketball game. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to the show, folks. But again, like One Point was saying, this could be a blessing in disguise because now you really have to utilize everyone on your team, especially the shooting guards, because Jenkins is going to play a lot of points, so is Sasser. You're going to have Javonte Green, Karis LeVert, some other guys stepping into this rotation. They're going to have to step up because your scoring is gone. A lot of that was from Cade. Duran can get you, 20 here and there a night, but again, your shooting is going to come back and be able to win you these ball games without Cade on the floor here. All right, right, so we're back from commercial break. You guys see my new water bottle? Look, it's huge. It's larger than my head. It's insane. 46-37 basketball game here with about 6:40 left to play in the first half here. Pistons 46, Washington 37. Shout out to JD, though. Had a career high on Tuesday. I think he had like 36 points. So, shout out to JD. Wizards top of the key here. Finds Sar. Sar has it. Looking to score here down the stretch here. Wizards take a three from the right wing that's off the mark. Boarded by Jalen Duren. Jenkins gets it back here in transition. Crosses half court. Off to Tobias Harris. Tobias down low here. Working against the Washington Wizards. Tobias inside here. Has it. Looking to operate. Finds Asar Thompson. Asar puts up a layup off the mark. JD can't finish. Ball is still alive here. Underneath, Wizards finally get the rebound. And they're looking to set something up here. Sar gets it. Crosses half court. Turnover here. Poked away by Duncan Robinson. JD comes up with it. Jenkins has it. Top of the key. Working against the Washington Wizards. Jenkins has it. Working inside here. Kicks it across to Duncan Robinson. Duncan operates off to Jenkins. Duren sets the screen. Jenkins has it. Step back three for Jenkins. In and out. Boarded by the Wizards. Wizards have it. Looking to operate here down the stretch. You got Johnson that has it. Pulls up from three over JD. That's off the mark. Boarded by Asar Thompson. Asar has it. Crosses half court. Inside here, JD. Duren puts up a layup. It's off the mark, but they're going to call a foul before the shot. And it's going to be Pistons basketball. What's up, Weeping? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping in, Weeping. What's going on, dude? Yeah, Paul Reed got a flagrant foul mark, and it ended up being a 7-point play. It was insane. The Wizards knocked down a three, then Paul Reed, after the play was over, got a flagrant foul. They go to the free throw line, they make the free throw, they get the ball back, and they make another three. And then all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game. Duncan Robinson's shot is off the mark. Wizards get it back here at the top of the key. Looking to cut the deficit down to 7 here if they score. Wizards put up a three from beyond the arc. They knock it down. It's a 6-point basketball game. 46-40. Pistons up by 6. 5:15 left to play in the first half here. JD inside here working against the Wizards. Right-handed layup is off the mark. Asar's there for the rebound and the slam. Wizards are on a 21-6 run here. Pistons go up by 8. 4:55 left to play in the first half. Wizards have it. Operating inside here. Working against Asar Thompson. Back outside here to Johnson. Johnson working against Jenkins. Now they're going to call a foul against Jenkins. It's going to be Washington basketball. 4:43 left to play in the first half here. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the action. It's going to be very interesting to see how the Pistons can play for about a month, possibly going into the playoffs without Cade. JB Bickerstaff's going to have to get very creative with his rotations here. Wizards have it. Kick it back outside here to Carrington. Carrington finds Cooper. Inside to Sar. Sar misses the layup, but it is there for the follow-up jam from the Wizards underneath. So it's back to a 6-point game. 4:24 left to play in the first half here. Jenkins has it at the top of the key. Inside here to Tobias. Tobias down low. Back outside to Jenkins. Left wide open for three. In and out. No good. Boarded by the Wizards. Washington back the other way. Crosses half court. Inside. Poked away by Tobias Harris. Nice defensive play by Tobias. Tobias running in transition here. Up to Duncan Robinson for the left-handed layup. 50-42 basketball game. Pistons up by 8. Wizards back the other way. Riley knocks down a huge three from the right wing. 50-45 basketball game. What's up, Antonio? 3:42 left to play in the first half. Tobias Harris drives inside here. Left-handed layup is off the mark. Asar Thompson's there for the rebound, though. JD puts it up and in for the slam. 52-45 game. Pistons take a 7-point lead. 3:30 left to play until half. Wizards have it. Top of the key. Finds Sar inside here. Sar had it poked away by Tobias Harris. Duncan Robinson comes up with it. In transition, finds JD down low for the alley-oop slam. 54-45 basketball game. Pistons up by 9. 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Wizards have it. Top of the key. Working against Ausar Thompson. Sar sets the screen. Wizards roll off it. Finds Sar pick and roll action down low for the slam for Alex Sar. 54-47, 2:58 left to go as the Pistons take their first timeout of the game and we head into a commercial break. My sound seems low. I just turned up the mic a little bit. I think we should be fine. If you guys ever start to have any kind of weird problems, just close the stream, open it up again. Make sure you guys have the live button on, like the red dot is live, so you guys can stay up to date with the most active moment in the game. Duran, 11 points, 8 boards. Duncan's got 8 with 4 boards. Shot the ball pretty well in the first quarter, struggling a little bit from beyond the arc in the second quarter. Yeah, that technical foul, opened up everything. That was a 7-point play, basically. A 7-point possession that the Wizards capitalized off of that Paul Reed flagrant foul. Again, can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Howard is holding their ground against Michigan. They're down by 6 with 4 minutes left. Interesting to see how that pans out. Oh, Michigan just hit a 3, so now they're up by 9. I was hoping Duke was going to lose that game today. They were toe-to-toe with Siena today in March Madness. It came down to the last 2 minutes. And they finally closed the door, but that was pretty crazy. I think they said there's 2% left bracket-wise that are still perfect. It's so hard to make it out of the first round. Good stuff. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, guys, let me know in the chat. We're in a commercial break right now. Pistons have a back-to-back tomorrow against the Warriors. They have the weekend off, and they got LeBron and the Lakers on Monday. Looking forward to the playoffs. And you know what's going to be even more interesting and more hype is because, say Cade is out for the regular season, right, which probably he is. But imagine we get, a status update, April 18th, right before the first playoff game, and it said Cade Cunningham has been cleared for basketball activities. Then it would get way more interesting. I think it would take the hype momentum, I think, from, right now, it sucks he's out for the year, or the regular season, I should say. But then you could elevate it to, beyond a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 25 at that point. Then the whole city's rallying behind Cade Cunningham. So it's going to be cool to see how he responds. And, again, hopefully he can get healthy as soon as possible. 2:45 left to play in the first half here, back from commercial break. Jenkins drives baseline. Working against the Wizards defense down low here. Jenkins' turnaround shot is off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. 2:33 left to play in the first half here. Wizards have it, cross half court. Find the Wizards down low here, back outside to Riley. Riley puts up a 3. Back inside here, it's going to be basically out of bounds. Bad pass from Ausar Thompson. He was trying to lead Duncan Robinson on the fast break, but it's a turnover. Wizards get it back. Wizards, top of the key here, have it. Working to operate against the Pistons to try and make this a 5-point game here. Sar has it working against JD. Sar drives inside. Shot is no good. It's going to be kicked across here. For a mid-range jump shot, it's off the mark, boarded by Jenkins. Duncan Robinson sets his feet, catch and shoot 3. That's off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. Wizards are back and forth, back the other way against the Pistons. Wizards have it, working against Ausar Thompson down low here. Step back jump shot is blocked by Ausar Thompson. Terrific defensive play from Ausar. Tobias gets it back in here, nearly throws it away, finds Dance Jenkins. Catch and shoot three is off the mark. Duran grabs the rebound. Back out to Dance Jenkins. Jenkins drives, finds JD down low for the slam. 56-47. Wizards back the other way here. Throw it over Duncan Robinson. Carrington on the fast break with authority throws it down over Duncan. That was an unbelievable poster from Carrington right there. Duncan Robinson goes down to the ground. Refs are trying to figure out what exactly just happened. The camera couldn't even pick it up that fast. It was almost like an alley-oop where Carrington caught it and threw it down to Duncan Robinson. But the thing was, he kind of pulled Duncan Robinson to the ground. So they don't know if this is a foul on Duncan Robinson because after the fact, he kind of pulled him down by his shoulder. So the refs are trying to figure this out here. Kind of a chaotic, crazy first half here. Cade's cardio is going to be terrible when he comes back. Yeah, I mean, you miss a month of basketball. It's going to take you some time to get back into basketball shape. Luckily, though, again, the Pistons, when they get to the playoffs, hopefully can hold down the fort for the first half of the first round. Because, again, you're going to have more games spaced out because of the playoffs. You're not really on the every other day cycle. You usually have more time in between games. But yeah, it is going to be interesting how fast Cade can turn that around, especially from a lung. I mean, that's tough because you're breathing. You know, it's not like an ankle injury where it's like you can rehab and you can get back, or a shoulder or a wrist, whatever it is. It's like if you're breathing, you're going to have to obviously recover fast from that, and there's going to be a lot of different exercises and things he's going to have to do to get back into basketball shape from that. I can't even imagine what he's going through. So yeah, definitely prayers up to Cade. So they're going to take a look at this. Basically, the Wizards threw it down. The Pistons are challenging this, though, because after the play was over, Carrington kind of grabbed Duncan Robinson and kind of threw him to the ground. So there's another commercial break, and they're going to see what this challenge is. Absolutely crazy. Howard is down 9 against Michigan. What other tournament games are going on right now? There's a couple on right now, I think, right? UNC's up 15 over VCU. Texas has a 5-point lead over BYU. Texas A&M is up 8. A couple late games later on. Still in the middle of this challenge right now. So Carrington threw down the slam, and then he pulled Duncan Robinson to the ground. And I don't know if it was intentional. It just kind of looked like the momentum of his arm was kind of on the way down because it was off an alley-oop. But because Duncan Robinson was right there underneath the rim, he basically throws Duncan Robinson to the floor. So Pistons are challenging this to see if there's any benefit that they can get out of this play. It might be a flagrant foul, believe it or not, on Carrington, even after he just posterized Duncan. So very unusual sequence of events right there. Pistons 56, Wizards 49. Ever since that Paul Reed flagrant foul, they got a 7-point possession, and ever since it's been kind of shape-shifting the momentum of this game. Pistons have a 7-point lead. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Shout out to the Pistons fans, Wizards fans for tuning in. We're currently in the middle of a challenge right now from the Pistons. Still no official word yet on what is going to transpire out of this. Again, Carrington was catching a lob. Throws it down on Duncan Robinson. An insane poster. Because Carrington's not that big of a guy. So his bench was freaking out. They go to help him up, but in the process of it, his momentum pulled down Duncan Robinson. So the Pistons are basically saying, is this somehow a flagrant foul on Carrington after he dunked the basketball? Very unusual play. Refs are taking a long time to review this here. There's about a minute and 17 left to go until the end of the first half here. Pistons 56, Wizards 49. Referees basically assessing the situation right here. They're going to officially get the full word with what's going on. So I don't believe the Pistons are going to win this challenge. They're not saying it was conclusive evidence to where it was justified for a flagrant foul. I think it was just kind of a wrong place, wrong time situation where Carrington threw it down. Duncan Robinson got posterized. When his momentum was taking him down, Duncan Robinson kind of got thrown down to the ground. So I don't think there's going to be a flagrant foul. So the Wizards are going to go to the free throw line. Bracket already busted, Rocker. Yeah, I think mine busted after the TCU game. The TCU Ohio State one. So Carrington is to the free throw line. Carrington knocks down the free throw. It's back to a 6-point game. Looked like JD had some other words there for the Wizards after the dunk, which was kind of interesting. Tobias Harris drives inside here. Shot is off the rim. Asar Thompson tried to slam it home. He's going to get fouled, though. Asar's going to go to the free throw line. 58-50 basketball game. 1:02 left to play in the first half. Asar Thompson, first free throw on the way. It is up and in. The guy from the Wizards is laughing. JD got attacked for that. That's crazy. 1:02 left to play in the first half here. 57-50 basketball game. Asar Thompson at the free throw line. Free throw on the way is up and in. Knocks down both free throws. Wizards have it back the other way against Dance Jenkins. Under a minute left to play in the first half here. Wizards have it. Drives inside here. Shot is off the mark. Asar tried to grab the board. Asar Thompson comes up with it. Asar in transition here against the Wizards. Finds Dance Jenkins. Jenkins looking to operate here. Goes to his right. Kicks it back out to Asar. Finds Tobias Harris. Thought about a 3 mid-range jump shot for Tobias. Is up and in. 60-50 basketball game. 30 seconds left in the first half. Tobias has 6 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. Wizards have it top of the key. Asar sets the screen. Gets it. Finds his teammate at the top of the key working against Duncan Robinson. Wizards working down low here. Turnaround shot for the Wizards is up and in. Tough fadeaway shot right there. 14 seconds left to play in the first half here. Pistons are waiting for the final shot. Pistons 60, Wizards 52. 8 seconds, 5 seconds. Jenkins has got to get a shot off here. Duran sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off. It kicks it out to Tobias Harris. Tobias for the 3 at the buzzer is off the mark. And we're going to a halftime break here. Pistons take an 8-point lead here to start the third quarter. Very unusual. Paul Reed gets a flagrant foul. JD gets a technical foul. Wizards have a 7-point possession basically at the start of the second quarter, and it totally changed the momentum of the game. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, guys, let me know in the chat. I'll see you guys at the start of the third quarter. Howard down by 7 to Michigan. They're making it a game. Credit to the 16 seeds. They have made respectable games so far. Usually, 1 versus 16s usually end up in blowouts, but Howard's hanging around there. High Point took down Wisconsin. That's really been the only crazy upset so far. You wonder if NIL and transfer portal is going to get in the way of things in terms of like upsets for March Madness. Texas is up by 5 over BYU. I guess that'd be a mini upset. That's 11 versus a 6. I think that was kind of a pick 'em game though for the spread. You got Illinois Penn tonight, St. Louis, Georgia, Gonzaga, Kennesaw State, Idaho, Houston. Later tonight, Pistons up by 8 at the halftime break. Guys, any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat. Chilling here until the third quarter. Big game for the Red Wings tonight, too. They're playing the Canadians. Literally, them and the Canadians are like battling for the playoffs right now. Canadians, I think, have a 2-point lead on the Wings right now. Wings are in the final wild card spot. But yeah, this is a massive game for the Wings. What's up, Eric? This morning I woke up, got the alert on my phone about Cade. I was about to. Oh, so you thought it was fake? I'm like, yeah, it was true. Worked so hard for this season and this happens. I know, dude. I feel the same way. I was getting ready. I was excited. I woke up, felt great. March Madness first day, and then I get the notification on my phone that we lose Cade. So obviously prayers up to Cade. Hopefully he can get back healthy soon. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how these next 13 games pan out. Because he's probably going to be gone the regular season. Trying to get him back for the playoffs. The only problem though is like, I mean, collapsed lung is no joke. You don't want to really rush into a situation if they're not 100,000% fully healthy. Um, so yeah, it's going to be dramatic when the playoffs come because is he going to be back in time? Is he not going to be back in time? We really don't know yet. What's up, Cornelius? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, so kind of crazy sequence of events today. Yeah, there was a couple tweets I saw where like the Pistons were like optimistic he would be back for the postseason, but nothing's officially like confirmed yet. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what the timetable is for his return. Yeah, well, it was unusual because, like, when the Pistons won the other day against the Wizards, I checked the box score and it said he only played 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, what happened to Cade? And then I saw the play, and he took an awkward fall on his chest, kind of like diving for a loose ball. And then it said he had back spasms, and then a couple days later, this morning, collapsed lungs. So it's like, oh crap. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think everything happens for a reason. So again, this is going to be a true test of character for the Pistons' depth and bench to step up. And this is really where we're going to find out if the Pistons can legit contend this season. You got a pretty interesting final last 13 games. You got a couple West Coast teams. You're taking on the Timberwolves. You got the Thunder again next Monday on the road. So a lot of different scenarios. Chilling here at the halftime break, guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Waiting until the third quarter begins. Pistons up by 8 at the half. Howard's down 4 against Michigan. Wow. Two 16 seeds today have been going at it against the ones. There goes my water bottle. All right, ladies and gents, we are back to start the second half. Ready to rock and roll here. JD leading the way here for the Pistons. 60-52 basketball game. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. We are back in business. Jenkins has it. Top of the key here. Duran sets the screen. Jenkins rolls off. It kicks it across here. Duncan Robinson for three. Knocks it down. Duncan Robinson gives the Pistons a 11-point lead. Appreciate you guys all watching the show. Welcome to the party, folks. 11:30 left to play in the third quarter here. Wizards working against the Pistons down low here. Finds Sarr against JD. Sarr has it. 5 seconds left on the shot clock here. Kicks it back out to Riley. Riley puts up a three. That is up and in. Nice response from the Wizards there. Back to an 8-point game. Jenkins has it on the right wing. Finds Tobias Harris. Tobias working to back down Riley here. Tobias' turnaround shot is off the mark. He gets fouled, though. And Tobias is going to go to the free throw line. 11:08 left to play in the third quarter. Tobias Harris knocks down the free throw. Misses the first free throw. Knocks down the second one. So it's a 64-55 basketball game. $11:08 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons take a 9-point lead. On the floor for the Pistons, you got Tobias, Duncan, JD, Ausar, Jenkins. Wizards have Sarr, Cooper, Carrington, Riley, and Johnson on the floor. Tobias knocks down the second free throw. 64-55 basketball game. 11:08 left to play in the third quarter. Wizards have it at the top of the key here against Ausar Thompson, looking to operate in transition. Duncan Robinson looking to fight off the Wizards here. Off to Sarr against JD. Sarr has it, drives inside the paint here, kicks it back out to his teammate. Thinking about a three, working against Stans Jenkins. Off to Riley. Riley has it against Tobias Harris. Has to put up a tough three to beat the shot clock. It's off the mark. Ausar Thompson grabs the rebound. Ausar Thompson in transition here, working against the Washington Wizards. JD sets the screen. Ausar drives baseline. Reverse layup is up and in. Tough finish from Ausar Thompson. 66-55 basketball game. 10:25 left to play in the third quarter. Wizards have it. Top of the key, working against Ausar Thompson. Drives inside here, kicks it back out to Sarr. Sarr against JD. Working one-on-one here on the right wing. 10:14 left to play. Turnaround shot for Sarr is off the mark, boarded by Tobias Harris. Tobias crosses half court, off to Duncan Robinson. Duncan pulls up from three. He buries it. Tough shot for Duncan Robinson, 69-55. 10 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Alex Sarr has it for the Washington Wizards. Duncan's got 14 points tonight, having himself a solid game so far. Riley working to operate here in transition. Cuts to the paint, drives, kicks it back outside. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. Wizards drive inside here. Left-handed hook shot is good for the Wizards. Back to a 12-point game. 69-57, 9:30 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins working against Riley down low here. Finds Tobias Harris. Tobias working to back down the Wizards. Kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins pulls up from three. It's off the mark. It's going to be last touch by the Pistons. Wizards basketball. 9:18 left to play. Pistons have a 12-point lead here. Wizards, reverse layup is up and in. 69-59 basketball game. Cooper puts it in for the Wizards. 9:02 left to play in the third quarter. Sharif Cooper's got 6 points. JD has it inside here. Left-handed layup is off the mark. He gets fouled, though, by Sarr, and JD's going to go to the free throw line. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight. Jalen Duran back at the free throw line. 8:58 left to play in the third quarter. JD free throw. Number one on the way. It is up and in. Pistons take 11-point lead. Just under 9 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Pistons 70, Wizards 59. JD back at the free throw line here. Second free throw on the way here for Duren. It falls. 12-point lead again. Pistons 71, Wizards 59. Wizards basketball. Back the other way here. Wizards have it. Top of the key, working against Asar Thompson. They go to the right. Kicks it back out here. Drives inside against JD. Turnaround shot is pure. 71-61. Wizards cut it back down to 10. Cooper knocks it in. 8:35 left to play in the third quarter. Asar Thompson working at the top of the key. Drives inside, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins operates, turnaround shot is off the mark. JD's there for the rebound, though, and JD puts it up and in. That's a grown man rebound underneath the rim. 73-61, back to a 12-point game again. Alex Sarr drives inside against JD. Right-handed layup is off the mark, boarded by Tobias. Tobias working in transition here for the Pistons. Finds Asar Thompson. Asar drives inside, kicks it back out to Duncan Robinson. Thought about a three. Duncan drives inside here, kicks it back out to Jenkins. Jenkins working in the paint here. Right-handed layup is off the mark. 7:50 left to play in the third quarter. Wizards grab the rebound. Wizards drive inside here. Right-handed layup is good. Back to a 10-point game. 7:40 left to go in the third quarter. Jenkins crosses half court off to JD. Duren has it, finds Duncan Robinson. Duncan nearly thought about a three. He kicks it back out to Tobias, though. Tobias working in transition here underneath the rim against Riley. Turnaround shot is off the mark. JD's there for the board, and he gets fouled again by the Wizards. JD is no wimp. Wizards have a tough time boxing out JD underneath the rim. Yeah, Sarr was kind of grabbing Duren's arm as he was trying to fight for that rebound. Alex Sarr, he's got 5 fouls, 2 points tonight. He's 1 for 11 from the field. 7:24 left to play in the third quarter. Sarr, the number 2 overall pick a couple years ago. That was the same draft as Ron Holland. Tobias Harris drives inside here, finds Jalen Duren. Duren puts up the nice, easy layup. Back to a 12-point game. Pistons 75, Wizards 63. 7:05 left to play in the third quarter. JD's got 19 points, 10 boards, 2 steals. Wizards have it. Back to Riley. Riley floater is off the mark. Asar Thompson tried to grab it. Back outside to Riley, though. He gets the deflection, and he knocks down a 3. 75-66. Pistons take a timeout. We're going to yet another commercial break. I'll see you guys after the break. Like the live stream, subscribe if you guys are new. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Wizards are making this a competitive game. Appreciate you, Hal. Thanks again for tuning in, dude. Pistons have used 3 timeouts. Wizards have used 3 as well. Credit to the Wizards, though, they fought back into this game. Again, ever since that Paul Reed flagrant foul, they've clawed their way back into this. Back from commercial break. 6:49 left to play here in the third quarter. Pistons up by 9 over Washington. On the floor right now for the Pistons, you got Tobias, Duncan, Duren, Jenkins, Herter. Wizards have Sarr, Carrington, Riley, Johnson, and Gill. I'm surprised Sarr is still in this game. He's got 5 fouls right now. Jenkins at the top of the key here. Duren sets the screen, rolls off it, finds Duncan Robinson. Duncan pulls up from 3, in and out, no good, boarded by Riley. Riley has it for the Wizards, looking to push in transition here against Kevin Herter. Riley drives inside, kicks it back out here to Johnson. Johnson has the top of the key against Duncan Robinson. Back outside to Alex Sarr. He tries a corner 3 that's off the mark, boarded by Tobias Harris. 75-66. 6:10 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons out-rebounding the Wizards 36-22. Duncan Robinson catches it from Tobias, drives inside, finds JD down low for the slam. 77-66 basketball game. Nice finish from JD. Great find from Duncan. 5:50 left to play here in the third quarter. Johnson has it. Thought about a 3. Kicks it back out to Sarr. Sarr over to Riley. Riley against Kevin Herter. Drives baseline. Kicks it back out here to the Wizards. Thought about a 3. Kick it back out here to Johnson. Johnson finds Riley. Riley working against Duncan. Drives baseline here. Tough finish from Riley. Goes all the way to the rim. Puts it up and in. 77-68. Jenkins has the top of the key here off the JD. Duren working against Sarr. Drives inside here. Right-handed layup is blocked by Sarr. Wizards get it back here in transition. It's a 5-on-4. JD's still down. Wizards knock down the jump shot. It's back to a 7-point game. 5:05 left to play here in the third quarter. Duncan finds Kevin Herter. He puts up a floater underneath here. Herter puts it up and in. 79-70. And the Wizards take a timeout. We're going back to another commercial break. 79-70 basketball game. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Welcome to the party. Wizards, again, probably going to get a top 5 overall draft pick in a pretty loaded class. So it's going to be interesting because, you know what? They traded, basically, didn't they? Do the Wizards have their first rounder this year? Because they might have traded it for the, in the Anthony Davis trade. It's top 8 protected. Okay. So they're gonna keep it, basically. There's no way the Wizards fall out of the top 8. They're gonna be a lottery team. At worst, they're gonna get picked 5. So yeah, I mean, they're gonna add another piece. Plus they get, Anthony Davis, Trae Young. You got interesting pieces for next season to go with Sarr. So this could be an interesting turnaround next year for the Wizards if they play. If Trae Young and AD kind of slowly have an underrated chemistry, it could be interesting. Pistons 79, Washington 70. Getting back here from commercial break to start the end of the third quarter coming up here. 4:43 left to play in the third. Appreciate you guys all stopping in. Welcome to the party. Duncan Robinson having himself a solid night, and we're going to need him. He's 50% from the three-point line. He's got 14 points, 4 boards. Again, this could be Duncan Robinson's coming out party the next 10 to 12, 13 games until the end of the season concludes. Wizards put up a 3. That's off the mark, boarded by JD. Duren off to Tobias Harris. 4:45 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins has it, working against the Wizards defense here. Jenkins looking to operate against Riley. Ball is kicked by the Wizards. It's going to be a dead ball. It's going to be Pistons basketball here. Stops the flow of the game. I know, it's crazy. All these timeouts and commercials. You're going to have end of the third quarter coming up here soon. Pistons 79, Washington 70, 4:35 left to play in the third quarter. Herter looking to inbound here to Jenkins. Jenkins finds Karis LeVert. JD looking to set the screen. LeVert rolls off it. Pull up 3 for LeVert is off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. Wizards having in transition here, working against Dance Jenkins. Johnson has it at the top of the key against Tobias Harris. Goes to his right against JD. Kicks it back outside here. Gets it back now from the Wizards. Pull-up jump shot is off the mark, boarded by Karis LeVert. LeVert has it, crosses half court, working against the Wizards defense on the right wing here. Cross-court pass to Tobias Harris. Tobias outside here. It's going to be poked away by the Wizards. Last touch by Hardy. Pistons basketball underneath. 4:02 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins looking to inbound the pass here against the Wizards. Jenkins off to Kevin Herter. 3:58 left to play in the third quarter. Finds Jalen Duren underneath here. Duren. Layup is up and in. Now they're going to say it was a... Oh, okay. That was weird. It looked like they were going to call a travel on JD. But now they're saying it's going to be Pistons basketball. Or now, good Lord, English. It looked like it was a travel on JD. Now they're going to say it was a jump ball now between Gill and Duren. It kind of got blocked by Gill. And the second it kind of got blocked, they called it a jump ball. So Duren wins the jump ball. Inside here, Jenkins. Jenkins misses the dunk. Herter grabs the rebound. Thought about a 3. Kicks it back inside here, JD. JD puts up the layup. That was a weird possession right there. 81-70 basketball game. 3:35 left to play in the third quarter. Wizards have it. Top of the key here. Kick it back outside here to Johnson. Johnson working against Kevin Herter. Thought about a step back 3. Now pulls up from 3. He knocks it down. Tough triple for Johnson there. 81-73 basketball game. Pistons take an 8-point lead. Johnson's got 12 points. LeVert has it on the right wing here. Drives to the paint, kicks it back out to Kevin Herter. Herter drives inside here. Inside of JD. JD gets fouled, and JD's going to go to the free throw line. Duren, first free throw on the way, is off the mark. $23 points, 11 boards, 2 steals for JD tonight. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the action. Pistons have about 13 regular season games left without Cade Cunningham the rest of the way. Hoping to get him back by the playoffs mid-April. So, again, a lot of different Pistons are going to have to step off the bench. Duren knocks down the free throw, 82-73 basketball game. Pistons take a 9-point lead. Wizards have it, cross half court here. Riley has it. They're going to call a late foul here on Kevin Herter as soon as he crossed half court. Paul Reed's going to check into the game here for Jalen Duren. 2:54 left to play in the third quarter. Duran's going to the locker room. Hopefully everything's fine with JD. Cannot afford to lose Cade and JD in the same day. 2:50 left to play in the third quarter here. Wizards have it, top of the key. Riley has it, working against Paul Reed. Riley, shot is off the mark, boarded by Gill. Kicks it back out here to Hardy. Hardy knocks down a triple. Here come the Washington Wizards, down 6. 2:35 left to play in the third quarter. Jenkins finds Caris LeVert on the right wing here. Jenkins drives inside here to find Paul Reed backdoor for the layup. 84-76. Pistons were great to start the first quarter from beyond the arc, and now they've very much struggled the last couple quarters here. It'll be a long 13 games. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who steps up for the Pistons. 2:16 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons 84, Washington 76. I like Paul Reed getting more minutes, though. Again, we're without Isaiah Stewart. He's also down for an injury right now, so hoping to get him back ideally next week. Tough to say or how long he's going to be out for. Caris LeVert inside here to Paul Reed. Paul Reed's shot is off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. Wizards cross half court here, down 8 against the Pistons. Hardy kicks it back out here to Vukovic. Vukovic against Paul Reed. Now they're going to say Vukovic traveled. So Wizards are going to get it. I'm sorry. Wizards turn it over. Pistons get it back here. 84-76 basketball game. 1:52 left to play in the third quarter. Caris LeVert, top of the key here, looking to set something up here for the Pistons. Drives to his left, working inside here, kicks it back out to Ron Holland. Holland off to Jenkins. Jenkins tries a triple from beyond the arc. He knocks it down. 87-76, back to an 11-point game. Jenkins has 8 points. Riley crosses half court, off to Hardy. Vukovic sets the screen. Looking to roll off it here, finds Vukovic at the top of the key. Wizards have it, working against Paul Reed. Back outside to Hardy. Hardy against Kevin Huerter. Hardy, turnaround shot is good. 87-78 basketball game. Jenkins has it. Top of the key here, drives inside here. Jenkins' left-handed layup is off the mark. He gets fouled. Jenkins is going to go to the free throw line. 88-78 basketball game. Jenkins knocks down the first free throw. Vukovic gets called for the shooting foul. On the floor right now for the Pistons, you got Jenkins, Paul Reed, Holland, LeVert, Huerter. Wizards have Riley, Gale, Vukovic, Watkins, and Hardy. Jenkins misses the second free throw. So now it's going to be Wizards basketball. 1:02 left to play in the third quarter. Pistons 88, Wizards 78. Riley has it on the left wing against Ron Holland. It's going to be poked out of bounds, last touch by the Pistons. It's going to be Wizards out of bounds here. 51 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Pistons 88, Wizards 78. Wizards inbound here against Ron Holland. Riley gets it in. Wizards pull up from 3. Off the mark, boarded by Ron Holland. Holland off to Jenkins. Jenkins crosses half court here, working to operate down low. Jenkins drives inside, back outside to Kevin Huerter. Huerter, step back 3 for Kevin Huerter, is off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. Wizards looking to push it here. It's a 3-on-1. Wizards go all the way to the rim, and it's blocked by Paul Reed down low. What a play from Paul Reed. Ron Holland comes up with it, drives, kicks it back outside to Kevin Huerter. Huerter slows it down. 15 seconds left to play in the third quarter. 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. LeVert operates top of the key, drives to his left, kicks it back inside to Paul Reed. Mid-range jump shot is off the mark. And the Pistons have a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter as we have another commercial break. Be a close game. See what they're made of. Where's Duncan? Duncan's on the bench right now. Duncan's got 14 points. JD with 24. JD's playing great. I mean, again, a big question mark was could he play without Cade, and he's proven that he can. It helps him with Cade on the floor even more, but he's effective without him too, which is a great sign. Need someone to take over this quarter for sure. I think it's going to be JD getting back in the game probably midway through the fourth. Could look at maybe possibly get some more shots off from Kevin Huerter, Karis LeVert, Jenkins even. But I think it's going to win JP. I hope the Pistons. Wizards are, they're making a competitive effort, though. They're without a multiple different guys in this game. Back from commercial break. Pistons 88, Wizards 78. Will Riley getting good minutes? Yeah, he's played. How many minutes has he played tonight? I'll find that out for you. Wizards missed the shot. Back the other way, here come the Pistons. Paul Reed working inside here. Left-handed layup is off the mark. He gets fouled, though. Paul Reed's going to go to the free throw line. Riley has played, 31 minutes. Yeah, so he's played the most minutes out of anybody tonight on the Wizards. What's up, Damani? 88-78. Paul Reed at the free throw line. First free throw is good. 89-78. Pistons take an 11-point lead. If you guys are new to the stream, like and subscribe. It's free. Helps me out a ton. Welcome to the action. No problem, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in. Paul Reed knocks down both free throws. 90-78 basketball game. Wizards have it back the other way. Wizards on the floor right now have Carrington, Gill, Vukovic, Watkins, and Hardy. Vukovic thought about a three. Step back, now takes a deep three over Paul Reed. That shot is off the mark. He gets fouled, though, by Paul Reed, and he's going to shoot 3 free throws here. Big mistake from Paul Reed right there. Pistons on the floor right now have Reed, Holland, LeVert, Huerter, and Sasser. Will Duncan come back in? It's tough to say. Probably. Wizards missed the first free throw. 11:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Pistons have a 12-point lead over Washington. Vukovic knocks down the second free throw. He's got one more to go to make it a 10-point game here. Pistons 90, Washington 79. Pistons have the Warriors tomorrow for a back-to-back. 90-80 basketball game. 11:14 left to play in the fourth quarter. Sasser crosses half court, working against the Washington Wizards. Off to Paul Reed. Paul Reed finds Karis LeVert. Backdoor find to Ron Holland. Off to Sasser. Good ball movement here from the Pistons. Finds Kevin Huerter inside here. Floater from Huerter is good. 92-80. Pistons up by 12. 10:50 left to play in the fourth quarter here. Wizards have it. Top of the key here. Hardy gets it. Goes to his right. Inside the paint. Kicks it back out to Gill. Gill drives baseline. Inside, blocked by Paul Reed. Boarded by Kevin Huerter. Huerter looking across half court here. Off to Karis LeVert. LeVert drives inside here. Right-handed layup is up and in. 94-80 basketball game. Pistons take a 14-point lead as Ron Holland gets called for a foul off the inbound pass, trying to pickpocket the Wizards right there. Kevin Huerter's got 10 points. Solid game for the Red Velvet. Wizards have it on the right wing here. Cross-court pass to Gill. Off to Hardy. Hardy tries a triple. Knocks it down. 94-83. Wizards are still holding their ground here. Sasser on the right wing is going to be poked out of bounds here by the Wizards. Hardy's got 13 points, 2 assists. Both teams have the same amount of bench points. They got 34 bench points apiece. Sasser inbounds here to Paul Reed. Paul Reed, top of the key, looking to operate. Get it off to Kevin Huerter. Huerter working inside here against the Washington Wizards. Inside back to Paul Reed. Paul Reed drives down below here. Shot is off the mark. It's his own rebound, though, and puts it back up and in. Tough finish from Paul Reed. Can we beat Golden State tomorrow? It's going to be a close game. They're without a lot of key players, so it should be a close ball game, especially without Cade, on the floor and no Isaiah Stewart. It should be a good game tomorrow night. Wizards turn it over. Stolen away by Kevin Huerter. It's a 3-on-1. Lobs it up to Ron Holland. He misses the dunk, but Karis LeVert, though, is there to put it back up and in. 98-83 basketball game. Pistons up by 15. 9 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Wizards have it on the right wing here. Wizards working against Ron Holland. Kick it back out to Vukovic. He tries a corner three. He knocks it down. 98-86. Wizards won't go away. On the floor, you got Sasser, Reed, LeVert, Holland, and Huerter. Paul Reed drives inside here. Left-handed layup is off the mark. He gets fouled, though. He's going to go to the free throw line. Wizards have Carrington, Gill, Vukovic, Watkins, and Hardy. '98-86 basketball game. So when you go to upload something, SGA, you can record yourself or you can import a video like off your camera, like from your phone. I usually record them on my phone. Paul Reed puts up the first free throw up and in. And then whenever you're trying, like for my reaction videos, like when the Pistons are done, I usually film a quick like 30 to minute long video, 30-second to a minute long video about what happened in the game. And then I just straight upload it to my YouTube channel and then give it a title and description. 8:49 left to play in the fourth quarter. Paul Reed misses the free throw. Pistons take a 13-point lead. Wizards back the other way here. Paul Reed looking to fight off the Wizards here. Poked away by Ron Holland. Last touch by Ron Holland out of bounds. Wizards get it back. Pistons up by 13 here with 8:35 left to play. We'll work something out, SGA. 8:35 left to play in the fourth quarter. Wizards on the right wing against Marcus Sasser. It's going to be poked away by the Pistons. Now they're going to call a late foul against Paul Reed against Hardy. Pistons 99, Wizards 86. 8:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Wizards on the left wing against Paul Reed. Step back three for Hardy is off the mark, boarded by Karis LeVert. LeVert crosses half court here in transition, working against the Wizards. Loses it out of bounds, though. It's going to be last touch by Karis LeVert. Wizards are going to get it back here. 8:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Wizards on the left wing here, working against Paul Reed. It's going to be stolen away by Kevin Huerter. Huerter off to Paul Reed in transition down low here. Paul Reed slams it down. 101-86. Nice jam from Paul Reed. 101-86. 7:55 left to play in the fourth quarter. Riley gets it from the Wizards. Working against Ron Holland on the left wing. Mismatch for Riley. Riley working down low against Ron Holland. Good defense from Ron Holland. Boarded by Paul Reed. Now they're going to call a late foul away from the basketball on the Pistons. Paul Reed's got 15 points in 16 minutes. He's having himself a solid game. Riley on the right wing working against Karis LeVert. Riley stolen away by Kevin Huerter. Great defense from Huerter. Drives inside here. Huerter, floater, is off the mark, boarded by the Wizards. Wizards in transition here against Marcus Sasser. Floater is up and in. 101-88. Pistons take a 13-point lead here. 7:15 left to play in the fourth quarter. Sasser has the basketball, working against Washington. Off to Paul Reed. Paul Reed finds Karis LeVert. LeVert kicks it across here to Sasser. Sasser tries a three. That's off the mark. Boarded by Gill for the Wizards. Wizards back the other way. Crosses half court. 6:50 left to play in the fourth quarter. Huerter trying to get bothered by the Wizards offense here. Riley puts up a three. It's off the mark. Boarded by the Pistons. Sasser up the floor here to Karis LeVert. LeVert misses the layup. Holland chases down the rebound. Inside to Sasser. Sasser back out to Kevin Huerter. Off to Paul Reed. Back out to Karis LeVert. Left wide open for three. Karis LeVert knocks it down. 104-88. 6:30 left to play in regulation. Wizards take a timeout. How many points Riley and Robinson have? Riley has 15. And then Duncan Robinson's got 14. Pistons up by 16, going to a commercial break. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the chat, guys. Pistons taking on the Warriors tomorrow as well. Michigan running away with it. They're up 15 now on Howard. Oh, wow. Overtime between VCU and UNC. That's the first overtime game we've gotten in March Madness so far. Texas A&M up big over St. Mary's. So on the floor right now is Carrington, Riley, Gill, Watkins, Hardy. Pistons on the floor have Sasser, Huerter, LeVert, Holland, and Paul Reed. Ron Holland has 2 points off the bench. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Hopefully you guys are all doing fantastic. Credit to the Wizards. They've been back and forth here between the Pistons. Duncan is not injured, as far as I know. They've just given Huerter more minutes in the second half. Yeah, Huerter and LeVert have played more minutes than Duncan has, I believe. So we'll see what JB does. I mean, you're up 16 with 6 minutes left. You might put Duren and Duncan back on the floor with Tobias, but I think the second unit should be able to handle this. Duren is currently not in the game. Ausar checks in for Marcus Sasser. Jenkins enters the game here for Ron Holland. Couple substitutions here for both teams. 6:18 left to play in the fourth quarter. Like and subscribe if you guys are new to the stream. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. JB Bickerstaff in his 10th season as a head coach. He's literally even. He's got 348 wins and 347 losses. He's got one more win than he does loss. All right. On the floor for the Pistons, Duncan, Ausar, Jenkins, Paul Reed, LeVert. Wizards have Carrington, Riley, Gill, Watkins, Hardy. Wizards drive to the paint here. They're going to call a foul on the Pistons. They're going to get that on Paul Reed. Wizards are going to go to the free throw line. Pistons 104, Washington 88 on a Thursday night in Washington, D.C. Pistons again without Cade Cunningham, probably without him for the remainder of the regular season. Hoping to get him back in time for the playoffs. 104-89. Wizards knock down the free throw. $6:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Watkins misses the second free throw. Paul Reed grabs the rebound. Back the other way come the Pistons. Pistons up by 15 down the stretch. LeVert off to Dance Jenkins. Jenkins crosses half court. Off to Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson against Will Riley. Back outside to Karis LeVert. LeVert has it on the right wing. Drives to the paint. Inside here, LeVert gets fouled. LeVert's going to go to the free throw line. Alex Sarr is not in the game. It's Carrington, Riley, Gill, Watkins, and Hardy. Pistons have Duncan, Ausar, Jenkins, Paul Reed, and LeVert. Currently on the floor, LeVert having himself a solid game. He's got 13 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. If we could get this every night from Karis LeVert, that would be very scrumptious. And again, he's going to get a lot more minutes without Cade. LeVert knocks down the free throw, 105-89. 6 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Wizards have it. Working against Dance Jenkins. Wizards go to the right. Nearly turned it over. Now they're going to say it was a bad pass. Turnover by the Wizards. Carrington turns it over. Favorite football team is the Lions. 5:45 left to play in the fourth quarter. Jenkins crosses half court. Finds Duncan Robinson. Duncan on the left wing working against the Wizards. Off to Karis LeVert. Paul Reed sets the screen. LeVert goes to his right. Works inside here. Kicks it back out to Ausar Thompson. Ausar finds Dance Jenkins. Jenkins on the left wing. Karis LeVert sets the screen. Step back jump shot for Jenkins to beat the shot clock is off the mark. Wizards try to save it. They do. They get it back here down 16 with 5 minutes left. Wizards off to Hardy. Hardy working against Paul Reed. Backdoor find to Gill is intercepted by Karis LeVert. LeVert working back the other way here for the Pistons. Spot up 3 for Karis LeVert is off the mark. Ausar Thompson grabs the rebound though. Kicks it back off to Duncan Robinson. Ausar has it, drives to the paint. Inside here, Ausar gets fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line. Riley is currently on the floor. Yes. Asar Thompson at the free throw line. First free throw on the way is up and in. It kind of sat there for a minute before falling in. Kevin Huerter checks in for Karis LeVert. 106-89, Pistons up by 17. Asar Thompson back at the free throw line. Second free throw on the way for Asar is up and in. 107-89. 4:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wizards have it on the right wing here, working against Asar Thompson. Looking to operate, get it off to Riley. Riley working against Kevin Huerter. Stolen away by Asar Thompson. Bad pass from Riley. Asar on the fast break here. Goes inside here. Right-handed layup is up and in. Tough finish from Asar Thompson. And we're going to another commercial break. 109-89. What's up, Christina? How you doing? Wizards take a timeout. 4:29 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pistons go up by 20. Like I said, they got the Golden State Warriors tomorrow on a back-to-back. That'll be an interesting game. Again, no Steph Curry tomorrow for the Warriors. So we're going to see if they can take down Podziemski and the Warriors core. Wow, that's a really good game. It's VCU and UNC are tied with 30 seconds left in overtime. Texas A&M is destroying St. Mary's. They're up 17 right now. I want to say, was it Texas A&M? Or no, it was South Carolina. South Carolina went on a crazy run. I remember a few years back. I think they got to the Final Four, I'm pretty sure. That they were like an 8 seed, I think. They were a crazy low seed, high seed, however you want to say it. If you guys are watching March Madness, let me know who your teams are. My Spartans won of Michigan State. Michigan's currently up 18 right now over Howard. Hornets are dominating the Magic right now. That's going to be an interesting to see how the Hornets play out. If they're going to make the play-in tournament, the 10 seed, the 9 seed, can they crawl up to the 8 seed? Pistons are up 20 with 4 minutes left. It's tough to say if they're going to keep Duncan Robinson in or not. We're going to find out here after the commercial break. 10, 4, and 3. That's what you said earlier. Yeah, you called it. Yeah, that's great, Serge. He's going to give you that. And honestly, like, I would take that. If he gives us 10 points off the bench a game, that would be very solid. Back from commercial break here. Pistons 109, Washington 89. Appreciate you guys all stopping into the stream. Like and subscribe if you guys are new. Welcome, welcome in. Pistons got the Warriors tomorrow on a back-to-back. They got the weekend off, and they take on LeBron and Luka and the Lakers on Monday. Wizards have it. Top of the key here. Wizards pull up from 3. In and out, no good. Boarded by Duncan Robinson. Stolen away by the Wizards. Wizards get it back here. Wizards corner 3 is good. 109-92. Cooper knocks that one down. Jenkins has it top of the key against the Wizards. 3:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. Paul Reed off the Duncan Robinson. Backdoor find to Asar Thompson. Asar misses the layup. It was last touch, though, by Washington. Pistons basketball out of bounds. 109-92. Pistons up by 17. Huerter looking to inbound here for the Pistons. Off to Paul Reed. Paul Reed drives inside here. Misses the shot. Gets his own board, though, and puts it back up and in. 111-92. 3:35 left to play in regulation. Wizards on the right wing here. Looking to operate. I forgot what the spread was. I think it was like 17. Pistons were a 17-point favorite, I think, heading into tonight's game. Maybe it was lower than that because Cade was out. I know it's double digits. Gale drives inside here. It's going to be blocked by Duncan Robinson. Good defensive play from Duncan. Herter off to Duncan. Back outside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed has it at the top of the key here. Off to Asar Thompson. Asar drives inside here. Backdoor find to Kevin Herter for the slam. 113-92. 2:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. What's up, Quagmire? How you doing, dude? Yeah, I can't believe Wisconsin lost today. Go green. Paul Reed gets the rebound back from the Wizards' miss. Crosses half court here. 2 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Paul Reed off Duncan Robinson for 3. In and out. No good. Boarded by Riley. .230 left to go in the fourth quarter. 113-92. Pistons take a 21-point lead. Wizards take another timeout. It's like, why do you need to take a timeout when you're down 21 points with 2 minutes left? It's like, is that really necessary? Like, come on, dude. Taking care of business. Wow, Michigan's up big now on Howard. VCU pulls off the upset against UNC, 82-78 in overtime. UNC was up big. That's crazy. In a commercial break right now, guys. May have taken a timeout to get the seniors in. Yeah, I mean, 5 minutes left. You're up 30. Usually they do that when there's like a minute left. I mean, credit to the 2-16 seeds, though. They gave a run for their money. Siena against Duke was like all the way down to the final couple minutes. Howard gave Michigan a good first half. Alex Sarr's out for the game. He's not going to come back in. More than a shooter, Kevin will slip back door. Yeah, I like Kevin Herter a lot. I think he's going to be solid. Yeah, they ran out of gas. I was hoping Duke, they would have pulled off that upset. Kevin Herter nearly loses it. Slams it back down here for the Pistons off the turnover from the fast break. Nice job by Herter. 115-92. 2 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. Washington has it. Top of the key. Poked away here. Kevin Herter comes up with it. Herter crosses half court. Back outside here to Chaz Lanier for 3. That's off the mark. Boarded by the Wizards. He checks into the game. 1:49 left to play in the fourth quarter here. Ball goes into the stands in the front row here. Holland making sure the fans are right. Oh, took out an old man sitting courtside. Hopefully he's all right. Wizards turn it over. Pistons get it back. Oh, you're a Bulls fan, Serge? Yeah. Yeah, hopefully Ivy works out for you guys. Ivy was a stud before he got injured. Ever since the injury, he hasn't been the same player, so hopefully he can get back to where he was. Jenkins top of the key here. 1:41 left to play in the fourth quarter. Winding down the clock here. Pistons have this one in the bag, getting ready for the game tomorrow against the Warriors. Pistons lay it up and in. 117-92. That is Tolu Smith that put that up and in. Good to see Tolu Smith get some minutes. 1:25 left to go in the fourth quarter here. Wizards have it, top of the key. Working against the Detroit Pistons. Vukovic puts up a 3, knocks it down. 1:10 left to play in the fourth quarter. Getting stepped on your ankle versus your foot are two different things. Yeah, that was kind of a dirty play that they did that. Cameron Boozer looked off, though. He did not have a good game at all today. 55 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Chaz Lanier comes up with the steal. Off to Tolu Smith. Smith gives it back off to Jenkins. 48 seconds left to go. 117-95. Hardy misses a three-point jump shot for the Wizards. Winding down the clock here. And that's going to be all she wrote, folks. Pistons 117, Wizards 95. Dominant win from the Pistons, 22-point win. Pistons have the Golden State Warriors tomorrow. And, yeah, appreciate you guys all tuning into the stream. Like and subscribe. God is great. God bless everyone. Hopefully, Cade can come back healthier before the playoffs. Get better, Cade. And you guys are fantastic. Adios, amigos. Peace out. Love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow night against the Warriors.